there's me wittering on the phone while the track stopped now, just to make sure that the next one doesn't come up, because then terrible things will happen. Okay, right, I've pressed the button, I put the phone up. Stuart, are you still there?
Yes, hi there.
Thank goodness, I'm always so relieved. Okay, now you are live in Redruth. How is it in Redruth this evening?
Yeah, Redruth's not bad. It's a little bit drizzly, but still there's lots of love in the air.
Which leads me nicely onto the title of the exhibition that we're talking about. Now, we have to be a little bit careful with this, because one of the words in the title is a swear word, and we're not allowed, understandably, this is a family radio station, to use that kind of language. So if I say everything is, and then F blank blank CKED, then I think you all understand what it is we're talking about, and then from this point on we'll just call it everything is that all right?
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
Yes. So you are Stuart Blackmore, and you've also got the rather wonderful, not that you're not wonderful, Fred McVittie there talking about the exhibition. So shall I talk to Fred first about how he came up with the concept?
Absolutely. I'll just pass him on to you. Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi, Fred. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. Thanks very much for asking.
I'm very glad to hear it. Right. So tell me how you got this fiendish idea.
Well, the original impetus was actually an imaginary syllabus for a course devised by a professor at a university in Oregon, in the United States. It was a kind of science course. It never really existed. But it was to kind of provoke thought about the idea that everything is...
Yeah.
We know where we're going with that.
Yes.
And then a series of putative lectures around different aspects of the world, particularly the world of education, in which this or that aspect of it might be considered to be in that particular state.
Okay, when was this? What decade are we talking? Is this recent?
It is. I think it was published about 2013, something like that.
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah, because there is a definite air for various reasons that we won't go into, because it's just depressing. It does feel, and it's the first time in my life I have felt that everything is that word. There is a sort of general malaise, a sort of feeling of doom, and a lot of fear, I think, in people of all ages as to what the future might hold.
I think you're absolutely right, but one of the things that really intrigued me was, well, the particular choice of the language. I mean, it's inflammatory language in many ways. It's language, as you know, we can't use on the air. But at the same time, it's such an interesting use of language. It has that kind of quality of outrage about it, but there's also a lot of ambiguity there, isn't there? It refers to an activity which most of us would find pleasurable. Yeah. And yet, most of the time when we use it as an expletive to indicate frustration or pain or anger or something like that. So it has this weird ambiguity. And of course, in this context, we also use it in a sense to refer to a situation in which things are broken or dysfunctional, beyond repair, in need of repair.
It's a brilliant starting point for discussion, isn't it?
It's been very animated here as a result of that, really. It's been great working with folk here, with other people who are doing the residency alongside myself, talking about what this idea might mean, whether it is cause for despair, whether it is a malaise, as you put it, or whether there is, hope for great happenings which might emerge out of that sense of... Yeah, I
would agree that there most definitely are. I think it's when people are sort of pushed into a corner of any kind. It's when their fighting spirit becomes more prevalent. And I think perhaps for too long people have been sitting on their laurels and just letting things happen around them. And I think these are potentially really exciting times myself.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that sense, in a sense, you have to be pushed to a point where that sense of you can't go any further back, really, and that's when the kind of energy comes out to make sort of positive change, or to enact a kind of personal transformation or a social or political transformation. I think, but those are the more positive aspects of it. How do you pick yourself up from that situation in which everything does appear to be in that state?
Yeah. So did you say you started this off with? You say you did a call for artists, and then who turned up? Who? Hello?
Well, I'm going to...
Oh, sorry.
I'll tell you what I'd best do here, actually, Sarah. I'm going to pass you back to Stuart, who can talk you a bit more through the mechanics of how the actual residencies began.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. Thanks, Fred.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi there. Yeah, so I mean, Fred kind of started the idea off, and there's a great video on YouTube of Fred giving a talk in the CMR space. So if you type in YouTube, everything is, and the CMR, Redruth, you come up with a great video. And then after that, we opened up to the wider public, new artists, current members, and the people involved are. Can I just give you a list of them?
Yes, no, please do. Yeah? Please do.
Okay, so the people that got involved, there was lots of interest there actually with this subject, but the people who got involved and stuck it out and are doing the show this opening evening Friday is David at Axtell.
Yeah.
Myself, so Stuart Blackmore, Mary Fletcher, Jonathan Hayter, Liam Jolly, Alice Mahoney, Fred McVittie, you just heard, Jackie Orley, T.D. Pryke, and Merryn Tresidder.
Oh, yes, I used to teach Merryn.
Did you? Yeah.
I did, yeah. He went to Helston Community College. He's brilliant.
He's cool.
Okay.
He's always been talented, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all down to his art education, obviously. He's a very, very lucky young man. Good start. So you started off with discussion.
We started with discussion, and that's what we tried to do at CMR. We've been trying to continue that because great kind of chunky topic to start with, and then it's been about a 12 week residency, so it's been really kind of like a lot of time to really dwell over ideas.
And tease apart how it is you really feel, what you think about. How very interesting. So during the residency, have you been producing work together? Is it more been about discussion and showing what you're doing? How's it been sort of panning out?
A lot of the time people have worked with concepts, but then were kind of, I guess, American, very like touching base with other people. But so the people can work on their own, but there's been a lot of people wanting to collaborate, and some people, sometimes that's worked or hasn't worked. Lots of critical debate, with each other, which has been great, pushing things forward. It's been a kind of bit of a mix, really, the whole time. It reminds me a bit like a university, because you leave uni and then you go and there's nothing, and I don't know. I think it's been really quite nice, fresh.
It's a really exciting way of working, and I'm just sort of racking my brains to think whether there are other sort of gallery spaces, sort of cooperatives that work in this way. I think, you might have a theme and everybody sort of, goes away and comes up with something or digs something out of the attic that fits, but to actually go through the working process with each other, go on a journey with each other, is really exciting.
I think you're right. There are smaller places. There's down the road, there's Back Lane West, who they do more smaller residencies because of the size, and they've actually got they've got an opening on the same weekend as well.
Have they now? Yeah, really? It's like releasing, two bands releasing, a potential #1 track at the Suns. Is that okay? Yeah. How do you feel about this?
Yeah. Kind of like Motley Crue again. Tips #1 by Whitney Houston.
Yeah. Which one are you? I'm thinking probably Motley Crue, considering the title of the exhibition. Yeah, you ain't no Whitney. Yeah.
So that'd be good to check out your list as well. Can I just tell that their artist names as well?
Yeah, no, of course you can.
Yeah. So that's Andrew Bird and Christina Romero Cross, and they're at Back Lane West on the same weekend. And
it's a private view on the same night, so people can come get free wine at both.
Free wine donation on the Friday night,
Lovely.
Friday, and then the weekend, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. But going back to what you said, I think you're right. I think what CMR has the advantage of over other spaces and galleries and things. I mean, we're kind of calling it that Fred did, where you talk about sound, and a lot of actually words when you take them right back. The sound of a arrow through the air, like into someone's back. We have these kind of primal sounds that are kind of kind of in tune with us, like so in our core that when we hear these words, we respond in a way that we always have responded. So I think some of these words they do come out when we talk about political issues and big subjects that I guess the mass media and like you said, the landscape artists try to hide from, so I think these words come out, but there's definitely a playful element to our show as well. So it's not all doom and gloom.
No, it's most definitely not doom and gloom, and the fact that you are responding to it makes it even less gloomy, actually. Yeah. Because people engage with it. I imagine there'll be lots of discussion and probably more work that comes out of this.
No, absolutely.
The start of a journey. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is a start of a journey
until we get to a point where everything is not FUCKUD.
I know.
Unlikely, but we can.
I really hope so. Yeah.
Yes, no, absolutely. What's Fred been up to then? What's he got work-wise?
I will pass you back to Fred. If that's okay.
Yes, no, lovely. Thank you.
Hello, going to ask you what I'm up to?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you to describe perhaps the work that you've got in the exhibition, if you can, and yes.
I can describe it in loose terms. There's a couple of pieces of video performance work, which is one of the mediums I've worked in most regularly. There's a piece, for example, of me on the top of Carn Bray wearing a scientist outfit, holding up some words written on cardboard that I can't use on the radio.
Did you get some interesting responses to this from walkers? Or did you do it in the dead of night? Yeah.
You occasionally get interesting conversations as a result of these.
Yeah.
There's another small video piece which is set in a kind of little domestic space, a little living room, which is myself again in a costume dancing in a provocative way.
Any excuse. Yeah.
Any excuse, absolutely, of course. Why not? When you get the opportunity.
This sounds most intriguing. Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the things I'm quite interested in is that disjunction, which I feel, I don't know if anybody else feels this, between the kind of problems, if you like, the situations which we feel are pressing upon us, things like climate change or the events in America right now, or, whatever it may be, huge global concern. But I'm thinking about these things whilst I'm walking my dog on Carn Bray, or whilst I'm shopping in Lidl or walking around Poor Market. And there's such a disjunction between my lived experience and the scale of the problems. You know what I mean?
But actually, I suppose the really, really important things are the walking the dog and the shopping in Lidl in many ways in comparison, because that's your existence, that's your everyday existence, that's the stuff that that occupies with most of your mental space. So that's. Sorry, I'm just getting.
It is. You're absolutely right. But I do find myself thinking, I wonder what Trump has said this week, or I wonder what's happening with Theresa May and Brexit. Those are the kind of things which are filling my mind.
Yeah.
So there's this huge disparity, which is, it's quite a tricky thing to try and resolve, and maybe even resolving isn't the right word, but to put in the same universe, if you like.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I've been trying to explore through this, really. How can we, bring the global concerns of the world at large into dog walkers on Carn Bray or Poor Market. Of course, you can't in a literal sense, but in some kind of playful, artistic sense, maybe you can temporarily make them occupy the same world.
Yeah. Well, you've got to, haven't you? Because yes. Too often people don't have not been, like say, been paying attention to the really big stuff, and look where that's got us. Yeah. It's obviously not my fault; it's their fault. Yeah.
That's right. That's why everything is, what.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you so much. Now, could you explain for anybody who doesn't know where the CMR Gallery is, please?
I can do better than that. I'm going to pass you
over to Stuart. Yeah. You are the dream team, the pair of you. Honestly, it's brilliant.
We are.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Hello. Right.
You're right there.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, well, for people who haven't been, fools, where is the CMR Gallery, please?
Okay, so the CMR Gallery is in a street called Back Lane West. Redruth's got loads and loads of car parking, but everyone has to come. But when
you don't want everyone, for goodness sake, you'll run out of wine.
So when they park the car, if they head to the main high street, and they look for the HSB Bank, and then there's a little side street right by the HSB Bank, and if you go down there, CMR is just on the left.
Fab. And the private view, what time is that?
The private view starts at 5 p.m. and it's on till 9.
Brilliant.
This Friday.
Okay, I will see you there.
Oh, brilliant!
I'm very excited.
Can't wait. That's great.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the 24th, and then Saturday and Sunday, and also everyone coming along. The viewers are invited to bring along anything that they think what they feel connects with this project that we're talking about. So if they want to bring maybe like a newspaper article or maybe a little drawing or some ideas, we've got this big everything is montage that they can add to and be part of it and share their views about the subject.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. This is very good, gentlemen. I'm very excited, very impressed. And how long is it on for?
So it's only on for a weekend.
What?
For a weekend. It's a short thing. We will be having a book though.
Oh.
Printed for the like a limited edition book, first come first serve, and then probably orders after that, but limited edition first of all. But what we found as well sometimes is shows in Cornwall is because we're an artist-led space, we don't have the money to man and keep it open. So that's why we do short and sweet, and it's a good good.
Well, there's more chance of people seeing it. I find always with Falmouth Art Gallery, they have things on for months, and I find myself there on the last day, practically as they're taking the pictures down. Go, wait, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So this is good.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wham, bam. Yeah, job done.
Wham, bam.
Yeah.
Wham, bam. Let's move on. Yeah.
What have you got coming up after that then? You go collapse in a heap. Yeah.
We've at the moment with the members, we've just done a poll, and the members like Fred. Great ideas for new concepts. So we've just put a vote. We've put out five themes to the current members, and they're just choosing their favourites now. And we're gonna have two more up and coming in the year, and so that and then that will be advertised on Facebook and our website afterwards. And that will probably be starting probably a month after the show. So probably in April, there'll probably be another residency. That will last 12 weeks.
God, this is keeping you busy, isn't it? Keeping you out of mischief? Keeping you in mischief, actually. Yeah.
So, and because of the residency flows, so the person who comes up with the concept will probably flow with it, and Freddie and I can kick back and go on holiday.
Bolivia, North Korea, somewhere like that. Yeah,
North Korea. Yeah, go and take our resolve somewhere else. Yeah, go and really stir things up. Yeah, go and stir things up somewhere else.
You get Fred doing a provocative dance next to the border. Yeah, waving his words.
We're at the civic band there. Try your videos out, Fred, and. Yeah, North Korea, okay.
Yeah. It was nice knowing Fred, yes. Yeah. Brilliant, well, thank you so much. That's really interesting. I cannot wait to see it. Honestly, I mean that. I know, I always say that, even if the exhibitions sound rubbish, but I know I'm really, really excited about this. Well done.
Yeah, thanks very much. For having us on the radio.
Fab, yeah, and I'll see you next Friday. Thanks, guys.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers, thanks, bye. Oh, that does sound good. And I think we managed to dodge saying anything untoward. Right, a little bit of Jose Feliciano, Light My Fire, I think was perfect for this time on a Sunday.